Today, we're riding the rails, travelling in comfort and luxury on board Amtrak's double-decker Goliath, the Coast Starlight. So welcome back to Lift Off and Travel. In today's video we're going from King Street Station in Seattle. I'm catching an Amtrak train all the way to Portland. While I try and cross the road, let's have a look at today's journey. Departing Seattle at a very reasonable 9:50 AM, arriving into Portland at 13:50, covering a distance of 174 miles in about 3 hours. Those feeling more adventurous can continue amazingly all the way to Los Angeles, with the total journey covering an eye-watering 1,135 miles and taking 1 day and 11 hours. King Street Station in Chinatown is a delight, and the architecture is stunning. Acquired by the government in 2008 and renovated for the tune of $55 million in 2013. Be sure to spend a little time before boarding. Passengers must check in first before boarding, but as we're travelling in style in a business class Roomette, that isn't necessary. Heading through gate number 7, it's off to see this giant of a train. It makes me feel pretty small. It would have made my day to see the locomotive on the front, but sadly I've run out of time, so it's off to car or carriage to those in the UK, 11:30. But this train is incredible. Here's the conductor who is ready to check me into Roomette number 3, which can be found on the 2nd floor. So it's probably time for a seat tour. The Roomette is brilliant because you can travel as a couple or by yourself, but the second seat will never be sold to a stranger. The 2 seats convert into a bed, with the second bunk just above. Each Roomette comes with 2 bottles of complimentary water. So next to each seat, you get a light, temperature control, and a plug. The Roomette also features temperature control, so you can set it to exactly how you like. I'm happily settled in, and we're making our way to Portland. This is such an incredible experience, but 3 hours is a long time. So I couldn't resist a little tour of the rest of the train. I'm heading to the Onboard shop, which is below the dining car. Interestingly, this gave me the opportunity to check out Amtrak's best compartment, named the bedroom. Similar to the Roomette, which takes up a third of the width of the train, but the bedroom is a full 2/3. I was really close to getting the opportunity to experience the bedroom. A few days before travelling, I received an upgrade email. Here are some great reasons to upgrade. More space and shower and toilet facilities in your very own room. The minimum upgrade price was $80 and the highest $265. I figured this meant they probably had a few going, so took a chance at the low end. Bids submitted, I patiently waited. Only to be disappointed the day before in not being successful. Never mind, there's always next time. The dining car is pretty awesome. It's littered with plenty of comfortable seats which face outwards, the perfect way to enjoy the view. And the stairs to the snack bar are right in the middle. There is no shortage of drinks, wines and soft drinks, sandwiches and delicious and ginormous cookies. And the attendant was super bubbly. What's not to like? Back upstairs, I really do appreciate what an incredible way to travel this is. So I'm heading back to my Roomette, but not before a quick stop at the complimentary coffee station, which is only available to those in the Roomette or the bedrooms. So as well as complimentary lunch, you also get complimentary coffee and tea. So we departed Seattle at 9:50. Unfortunately, there's no breakfast service just because of how long it takes to prepare, so I'm holding out for lunch. And I'm happy to wait because I still have this massive cookie from when my Alaskan plane had a fault on the way to Juneau in Alaska. And I wandered into town to find food and something to do. So you get a complimentary meal for each period or each zone you go through. So I've got a reservation for 12:30, 1 person. Here's what food offerings are available. As I'm only going as far as Portland, I've chosen the Monte Cristo grilled sandwich from the lunch menu. Sounds pretty posh. Having left Seattle, we really are in the middle of nowhere. With the occasional town on this reasonably sized journey, we'll make a few stops on our way to Portland, calling at Tukwila, Tacoma, Olympia, Centralia, Kelso and Vancouver. Our host Marty was really welcoming and has been in the job a long time. He's clearly a man who loves what he does, and with the views like this, it's no surprise. To pass the time, I've charged every device I own and discovered the very sturdy tray table. And even read the safety card. The only thing left to do is close the door and see what the privacy would be like on a longer journey. Given that the total journey time all the way to Los Angeles is 1 day and 11 hours, the Roomette certainly is private, and you can easily get a good night's sleep here. The train doesn't rock from side to side much, despite being so high up. So I best get my shoes on because it's not long until lunch now. Speaking of which, shoes are mandatory if you're going throughout the train. They say for safety, but in fairness, if there's anything like the airlines. So as I was saying, if it's anything like the airlines, I would wear shoes as well because the floor must have had like everything you can think of. Lunch was a wonderful occasion because space is limited, so you're placed with other travellers, which is a lovely way to enjoy the views, the tasty food, which isn't exactly 5-star, but left me feeling absolutely stuffed, and enjoy the conversation with my fellow passengers. Getting so distracted, I nearly missed my stop. As for the food, it's not like Michelin star kind of quality, but the Monte Cristo sandwich was really tasty and so delicious. Oh yeah, and the brownie was really good. It wasn't too filling and it was a good size. I wouldn't want any more, but I feel light as a feather. I was really hoping, having missed my opportunity in Seattle, to go to the engine on the front. Unfortunately, this wasn't possible due to health and safety, because of the pipe filling up the train with fuel, going across the platform. However, parked right next to it was this giant and very impressive engine, which really made me feel very small. Before leaving, I managed to find a good spot just south of the station to see the engine on the front as the Amtrak Coast service continues its 1,100-mile journey. And now, having made it to my accommodation for tonight, it's time for today's conclusion. So first things first, that was such an incredible experience, and I'm so pleased I decided not to fly down to Portland. The cabin I chose, incredible. It's a little bit unfair to compare it to a standard train in the UK, because it's a different structure. You think about the distance it travels overall, and you start realising why it has cabins and first class and so on. It's so private and the seats are really wide. You've got the massive window. Love to do it again. There's other routes, so you can do like Chicago to Seattle, or you can go all the way from Seattle down to Los Angeles. 3.5 hours went so quick, I cannot tell you. People in the restaurant, you do get places with random people because it gets very busy. But luckily I had 2 really nice people, we chatted away and 55 minutes disappeared so fast.